This is the Kitsune clan, a group of sword enthusiasts who like cosplay, reenactment, and historical martial arts. If you have similar interests, feel welcomed. When you teach martial arts classes, you can see a certain phenomenon. Two practitioners will practice a new technique and stop in the middle and say something like, "Oh, I did it wrong, I will start over again." This way of thinking prohibits you from unlocking the true potential of any martial arts technique. Remember Bob Ross, there are no mistakes, there are happy little accidents. So let's look at our disarms. Let's assume I want to deflect the sword of an opponent and disarm. But look here what I did. I blocked the wrong way round. My sword is oriented completely in the wrong direction, whereas now the butt, there should be my tip, and the other way round. How could that happen? Yeah, I'm not holding the sword here in half-sword, and in this hold we have many more degrees of freedom than we have usually in half-sword. So, no mistake, part of the normal spectrum of possibilities I have with a sword. And no problem either. As you can see, I simply follow the incoming force and come to an effective technique. No problem. As my sword is reversed, also the structure that I'm using for disarming is reversed. Where I would usually use the butt, I now use the blade, and vice versa. Hence, there is no wrong here. It doesn't matter in which orientation I hold my sword, I can always follow the incoming force and will end in an effective disarm. For teaching and training, it makes, of course, sense to set certain frame rules, like to say, here are 4 attacks, one in each angle, you should disarm, and always use your butt, or always follow the force, or always make a cross. And then you can, of course, have cases where one technique does not fit these frame rules, and then you can call it wrong, but in free play, nothing of this matters. So why should anyone learn and train all these many different disarms you are showing here? Well, I usually don't. I have my personal preferences, but when I'm teaching, I'm always showing all possibilities, because if I teach you something, you might have different preference than I have. So I also teach you the ones that are not my favorite ones. Maybe they become your favorite ones. As you can see, we are also dealing here with these disarms systematically, always 4 angles, and demonstrating a single principle for each of these 4 angles. Following this principle makes this here less of a martial art, more of a martial science, as we can predict elements of movement. You can also use that for performing exams. You can give the person to be tested a single technique, then extract the principle and apply it to the other 3 angles. There's a scientific paper about this approach linked in the description box below. To summarize this for the case at hand, if you think you blocked the wrong way, still perform what you intended to do. Either follow the force in a circle or redirect the force into a cross and do your disarm motion. If we want our martial arts techniques to be applicable, we need this kind of security in the techniques. Even if we do mistakes, we will get a result. Hope that inspired some of you. See you around next time.